Draw 3 cards.
Alright, it took me forever, but I finally got Screeps running.
I probably should have done the other way, but that's alright. You got pretty good games on here. Yeah, the henge is good, but I think that's gonna save you. You ran through something, you can ram through something. Still save my ass yoke.
So, how do I get the link to you? I'm broadcasting now on YouTube, but I don't know how to get you the link.
To play a game or to watch you on YouTube?
To watch me on YouTube. You said you wanted me to stream it. So, supposedly it's streaming right now, but share, there it is. I click that. I get the link. There it is. How do I get you the link? I send it to Discord. Where do we know? We're talking on yeah, we are talking on Discord. Alright, there's my YouTube.
Alright. So I got 6 mana.
You got 2 screens?
Hold on. Copy target. Okay, so 2, 4. Shit.
You said hold on. You didn't answer my question. Do you have 2 screens?
Yeah.
So you have me on YouTube on one screen?
No, I'm not watching you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's alright. Although I would argue that to the uninitiated, my screen is about as decipherable as your screen. Although I would argue that to the uninitiated, my screen
I see
It's about
scripting
as
basics.
decipherable as your screen.
That's it.
Wait,
That's where I'm at.
you
I'm
just
on.
repeated yourself.
What? Did you hear that?
I see scripting basics. Hello? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did you hear my echo come back?
Yeah, I muted the YouTube I was watching. Hold on. So I have 7 lands. I can do 4, or I can 7,
But I thought I was on a
8.
headset. Or you were on a headset, so that my voice was being protected from
Yeah.
projection. Did you lie to me? Or
Wait.
did you lie to me? You're going to not answer the question.
Fucking boring collects. Sorry.
It's all right.
Boring collects. Boring collects. 6 mana, 6/6, haste, trample. Green creature. Green, and 4. 6/6, haste, trample. That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty good. But on top
So
of that, what was all that
also-
other text?
It doubles any +1/+1 counters you put on your own stuff, and it halves any counters that your opponent puts on his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Not just +1, any counters. Any counters.
Yucko.
So basically, your sagas don't work, and your planeswalkers don't work.
He was tired of people with their sagas and planeswalkers. He said, fuck y'all.
So, am I watching you playing scripting basics?
I think so. This is it. This is the action. You're seeing it happen.
How do I get this on my main screen?
On your main screen.
I gotta stop sharing. But I can't get it. Alright, so maybe I need to exit Magic. Are you playing Screeps for real?
I'm playing scripts for real, but it is a lot of reading, and I'm out of practice. And I can see these poor kids who've never even been in practice. Like these poor kids growing up these days. Do your kids read?
Yeah.
So faced with something like this, they're like, oh shit. But you say they read, so they might like it. They might be able to do this.
Alright, so I see global objects on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're making a... Alright, hold on. Get ready to show me what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take a quick break to get a snack.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Alright,
So what is a hash? That's a term I'm not familiar with.
I don't know.
A hash. Is a hash the same thing as a matrix?
a hash is like, I think it's like a number.
Is it a tensor? Hashing is the transformation of a string of characters into a usually shorter fixed length value or key that represents the original string. Hashing is used to index and retrieve items in a database because it is faster to find the item using the shorter hashed key than to find it using the original value.
What code are you trying to write?
Like the very basic code. Have you run the tutorial? Go back to the tutorial, and you're presented with an empty room with one spawner. I don't know, can you see mine? Affirmative? Negative?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear that now. You get one spawn. Now there are several things that can be spawned, but that's where you got to get into documentation here. So what is a spawn? What can be spawned? Okay, in order to build anything in a room, you have to control the room. In a majority of rooms, there's special objects called room controllers. In your first room, you control the room by default. If you came into a neutral room, neutral controller, it can be claimed by your creeps with the claim body part. Instantly puts the room under your control. And they give you a picture here. Here's a newly seized controller. Allows you to build one spawn. In order for you to build extra spawns, rows, extensions, whatever, you have to upgrade the room controller by pumping energy into the controller using the upkeep controller method. So we go back to our room here. We have, he said, we have control of the room by default. Where'd it go? Lost it. Can't even keep track of where my game is, dude. There it is. Nope. Where's my fucking game, dude? Are you still there? Can't hear you. There you go. Now I heard something.
Sorry, I have it on mute because I'm eating chips.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my tabs. I can't even find my Screeps game anymore. Did I close it?
No, I think it's that window, the tab, next tab, there, right there.
This is
That's your game.
documentation.
No, go back one. No, second from the right. Yeah, that's your game, right?
That's not the game. It may be.
No, go back one. That one right there.
This is the
Go
game.
one tab to the right.
This is not the game. Maybe it is the game. That's one problem. You can't probably have your game working on a tab. It's going to be too confusing if you go somewhere with it. Okay, back out, back to the tutorial. So all I've ever done was, I think I got through the tutorial one time. It's so confusing. Where'd the tutorial go? How out to the tutorial. Training, there it is. Tutorial. Alright, back to level 1. Alright, here we go. Whew, I keep dying on level 1, dude. This is a hard fucking game. That's my room controller up there. Can you see that?
Yep, I see it.
Alright. I control the room. That's my icon there. It's 3 colors. I got a gray, purple, blue. That's me. Anything that has gray, purple, blue, you knew it was me. Alright. In this room, I control it. Therefore, I have the spawn. And you see there's a couple of energy sources. How many energy sources? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy in this room. This is a crazy rich room as I understand the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, how do I spawn something? They tell you somewhere how to get to it, but I haven't found it. Here we go. Back to the tutorial. Okay. Let's begin. This is a playing field called a room. In the real game, rooms are connected to each other with exits. You know this. Documentation, game world. Alright, here's where I get lost. I'm going to hold down Control and hit this button to open a new tab. I'm going to move that tab elsewhere so I don't forget that this is my game. Okay, spawns. There we go. Spawns are your colony centers. They can accumulate mind energy, use it to create your units. There may be no more than 3 spawns in a room. Hence, by building 3 spawns in a room, you actually have conquered it. Nobody else can build a spawn once you got 3. Okay, a spawn itself can only build basic units. Okay, you have to construct 1 or more spawn extensions. Read more about that in the next article. Okay, cool. That's what I'm looking for. Next article. Is this the next article? Yeah, creeps. You build your spawns units called creeps with body types. And here are all the body types. You can work to get energy, you can move, you can carry stuff. What's the difference between, moving is not the same as carrying, so I guess you can move, but once you have energy, you can't carry it. I don't understand. Anyway, attack, ranged attack, heal, claim, tough. Okay, it's like armor, I think. Alright, so they say they recommend making a harvester as your first unit. Are you ready for this? Are you still there?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. We're going to make our harvester first unit. Okay, we're going to play in the console. So this is you. You've got your army working. You come in and you have an idea. You're like, ooh, I just thought of some new thing that I need to do. So you're just going to make a new little critter. You're going to make a new harvester. Type anything in this field. Help. Okay, help was not defined. Probably got an execution error, they say. If you can't just type something in the field, unless you know what you're doing, you're probably going to get an error. All output is duplicated into your browser control. Control-Shift-J, where you can expand objects for debugging purposes. Browser console, sorry. Control-Shift-J, have you ever tried that on your... Are you running Chrome right now?
Yep. Yes, I'm running Chrome.
Okay. Have you ever typed Control-Shift-J? Try it. What'd you get? Anything?
Something similar to you.
Okay.
Lots of code.
Lots of code. Whew. You can expand objects for debugging purposes. Expand objects for debugging purposes. Okay, sounds like something we might need to understand later on. Here we go, moving on. Next. Your spawn creates new units called creeps by its method spawn creep. So this is what I'd like. I needed a list of all my methods. They're telling me I got the spawn creep method, but like what other methods do I have? I don't know. Use it to this method described in the documentation. Okay, so if I say control, left click documentation, it opens it up. Is that what I was in already? Yeah, just a different article. Overview of the documentation. How do I search the documentation for my spawn methods? Oh no. Creeps control, that's probably over here. That's probably what I was doing. Respawning, start areas. Anyway, we got a spawn creep method. We don't know what other methods we got, but at least got spawn creep. They recommend that we start a harvester, and they say this harvester should have a work module. What do they call these? Not modules. Skills. A work skill, a carry skill, and a move skill. So work lets it mine, carry lets it carry, and move lets it move. So it's pretty good. It's going to move out to where the energy is. It's going to do work to harvest the energy. It's going to carry the energy back to the spawner. So, can you dictate that to me? If you say that out loud to me, I'll type it in. Oh, you're not watching. You're watching my screen. This is where it would be nice.
I missed it.
If you were running the tutorial on your screen, then you could read to me what to type, and I could type it. Or you could copy. I think you can copy and paste this in a Google document. I think. And then can't I copy and paste it from there also?
Be able to copy paste it.
There it is. So let's say you copied and pasted it into a Google document. Then I come along and I say, okay, if you say this works, I guess it works. And I copy that. And I come down to the console and I paste it in the bottom of the console there. And hit enter. And it worked. All right. It was good code there that you copied and pasted in there. So the spawner is spawning. What is it doing? It's running the spawn creep. What they call it? Not subroutine. Method. And it just built a harvester. This is harvester 1. It's got a work, a carry, and a move. Great. You've got a creep named harvester 1 that you can control. You can see all the characteristics of your creep by utilizing the view action. View is this little... If you say Alt-Enter, that hides the console, or you could just click the console button. Nope, you can't just click the console button. You got to be Alt-Enter. And there's the spawn, and we can view him with the view technique. And we can see the characteristics. This harvester has a name, it's got a position, it's got 300 hit points, it's got 0 fatigue, it's empty, 0 out of 50 carrying ability. And there's its 3 body parts, the work, the carry, and the move. Time to put the creep to work. This yellow square is the energy, valuable game source. So harvested by creeps, we're going to move, work the body parts. So how's it go? We're going to move, work, and carry. To give your creep a permanently working command, the console is not enough, since we want the creep to work all the time. So we'll be using the script tab rather than the console. So alright, got it. We're going to go to the script tab. Here we're going to write scripts that will run on a permanent basis. Even when I'm at school, my script will be running. Okay, it allows writing constantly working programs to control behavior of creeps, which will work even while you're offline. To commit a script to the game so it can run, use this button or Control-Enter. Control-Enter. Okay, I just executed it, but it was pointless. There's nothing in there yet. To commit a script to the game so it can run, use this button or Control-Enter. The code for each tutorial session is created in its own branch. See, there's that word. I don't know what a branch is. Code for each tutorial section is in its own branch. You can view code from these branches for further use in your scripts. What the fuck is a branch? Anyway, to send a script to harvest energy, you need to use the methods described in the documentation section below. Commands will be passed for each game tick. The harvest method requires that the energy source is adjacent to the creep. To give orders to creep by its name this way. So Harvester 1, use the find sources constant as an argument to the room find method. So what are they talking about? So Harvester 1 will be the creep. He's got a room find method, find sources. We're going to execute the find sources method for this creep.
Can I make a statement?
Yeah, go for it.
This game isn't fun.
Well, just wait. Watch what happens when I copy and paste. Copy.
Okay, you copy paste.
And paste. Now what happens when I hit Control Enter? Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Oh. Something's happening. Bubbling yellow spot inside the creep means it started collecting energy. To make the creep transfer energy back to the spawn, you need to use the method creep transfer. So you're saying I need to copy and paste this. This is better code, you're saying, than what I had before?
Yeah.
You're saying this code is not just going to harvest, but if it's full, it's going to... What is this going to do? If the creep get free capacity is greater than 0, it's going to keep harvesting. Where is it going to move? I thought it was ready to move. Yeah, it's going to move to... If it needs energy, it's going to move to the source. If it doesn't have any more capacity, if it's full up. So you remember this creep? This creep has... Where's its capacity? Here he is. He's got 50 now. So when he's full, we just told him to go there and harvest. He's full now. So if he's full, if his capacity is not greater than 0, so he's at 0 capacity, now he's going to do what? He's going to transfer to spawn 1. He's going to go back to spawn 1 and transfer his energy.
Okay.
All right, you ready? I'm going to hit Control Enter, or this check mark. This check is the same as Control Enter. We're going to commit the code and see if it works. It works. He's full, so he's smart enough to say, "Okay, I'm full, so I got to go deposit my energy." So what I need to do, I got working code now. What I need to do is build a Google Doc and copy and paste all this into my Google Doc, or my they make JavaScript, what do you call them, interfaces where you can...
I don't know.
That's where I'm at. You and I are similar levels, it may be, dude. Great, this creep will now work as a harvester until it dies. Oh, it will die. Remember that almost any creep has a life cycle of 1,500 game ticks. So when it ages and dies, this behavior, oh, that sucks. So we got to somehow keep track of how old that creep is, because after 1,500, he's going to need replacing. Let's create another worker creep to help the first one. It will cost another 200 energy units, so you may want to wait until your harvester collects enough energy. Spawn creep method will return an error code until then. Remember to execute code once, type it in the console. Spawn a second creep with the body and call it harvester 2. So same code, game.spawns, spawn 1, spawn creep is the routine. Spawn creep is the what do they call it?
Procedure.
Procedure. They didn't call it the procedure though. They called it the
Function.
It's like a function. What they call it? Method. They called it a method. Spawn creep method. Work carry moves harvester 2. So I'm going to go back to the console because this is a one-off, right? You said it's going to cost me 200 energy. How much energy do I think I have? I've been collecting energy for a while, right? You see this? Look at this guy. He's going up. Every time he goes up, he gets another 50 energy because he's got 50 capacity. 2, 4, 6, 8. He's sucking that stuff up. So while you and I were talking, surely by now I've got 200 energy, right?
I don't think so.
Where do I find out how much energy I've got? There it is. In the spawn, 250. Oh, that's enough. Yeah, we're ready to hit enter in the console. It's working. It's alive. We just spent 200 energy to make another harvester.
Good for you.
But problem is my program. You remember that program? It only worked for harvester 1. Harvester 2 doesn't have anything telling it what to do. So let's see. We could duplicate the entire script for the second one. Much better to use the for loop against all the creeps. So examine the program for both the creeps. Okay, so now how's it going to be both creeps? For name in game.creeps. Name a bitch is a hash. Let's go to documentation. Name. Game.creeps.
Dude.
I think this is the future, dude. I think this is what you gotta. This is the only game that your kid's allowed to play when he's grounded. You're grounded, kid. I'm sorry. You can play Screeps. That's it. Uncle Carl says he'll play Screeps with you, but that's it, kid.
I'll do that. When they're grounded, they can play Screeps.
Tell him. Tell him Uncle Carl's desperate for somebody to play Screeps with him.
That's the problem. You can only get somebody to play Screeps if they're grounded.
That is a problem. But hey,
I gotta go.
You got to be mean though, dude. Next time they break a rule, ground their ass. Ground it. So that's it.
Try.
You get Screeps, and that's it. When Uncle Carl tells me that you've played Screeps, then we'll consider ungrounding you, letting you play something else.
I'll do my best.
All right. Don't forget.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out and showing me this.
Well, I appreciate you being out there to reach out to.
Yeah. What are you doing tomorrow then? It's 4:00 in the morning in Texas.
I hope I'm playing Screeps tomorrow. I hope one of your kids fucks up and gets grounded and has to play with me.
I don't think they will. They're good kids for the most part. They have shitty parents.
Tell your wife, hey, if you're mad, if the computer games are bothering you, ground him.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
All right. I'll let you wrestle with that.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you too, bro.
I don't know where are we. How do I get out of this?
You got to go back to Discord.
I know, but I opened Discord and it looks like.
Oh no, you're watching the YouTube.
Yeah.
So you're listening.
Right,
the sounds.
Oh, now I can disconnect. I can disconnect now.
See ya.
I cut the cord in 3, 2. You don't want to say anything?
Peace out. I'll see deuces.
1.5. 1. Night. Good night.
Night.